Hi, I'm Lisa Schmidt from In the Zone Agility, and I wanted to invite you to do a core challenge with your dogs. January is my assessment month, so I go through my long list of assessments that I do with all my dogs. And Tandem is 15, and he's doing fantastic. But going through my assessments, he has a nice still top line. He still has good hind end strength. He can still jump in my car. He still jumps on the bed. He still goes up and down the stairs. But doing my assessments, his core is getting weak, and his lateral strength of his front legs, his adductors, are weak. Like, he's not keeping his legs in, he's starting to splay his legs out. That happens a lot with senior dogs. But I do a lot of lateral strength and stability exercises, but I'm going to do more. So anyway, I wanted to invite you to do some core exercises with your dogs and see if you can see a difference. So Tandem, like I said, he's 15, and those are the two areas I think he needs to work on. Always work on hind end strength with seniors. But anyway, I'm going to be working his core. So for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to work him probably 4 days a week. We're going to do some core exercises. We're going to do some lateral strength and stability exercises and hind end exercises, but in that order. And in 2 weeks again, I'll do my assessments again and see how he's doing. So how I assess that he's weak in his core and his hind end is he can't do, he can sit nice, but he can't kick back into a stand. He can go into a nice down, but he can't push himself up. And I don't think that's I'm sure his hind end is weaker than it used to be, but it's still pretty strong. So I feel like it's a core issue with his down to stands. And when he's standing when he sits and downs, he wants to spread his legs out. He stands nice, but he spreads his legs out a little bit more in his sit and his down. So those are my two indicators that I need to work on his core and his lateral strength and stability. So those are things that I'm going to be working on. So over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be doing exercises to work on his core, exercises to work on his lateral strength and stability. And if he's not tired, then I'll do some hind end exercises as well. And then in 2 weeks again, I will assess him again, and then we'll go from there. I will not be doing sit stands or down stands because through my assessment, I could see he can't do that anymore. And I'm going to try to build up his strength and see how in 2 weeks, which really isn't that much time, but it's a good time to reassess and see if we see any improvement. So join us to do a core challenge. See if you can do an assessment of your dogs and see how your dog's core is. Do some, write it all down. Do a video, do some photos, and write it down. And then come up with a plan. What exercises are you going to do to strengthen that area? And in 2 weeks again, we'll post again and do the assessment again and see if your dog has gained some strength. I would try to do it 3 days a week. My caveat is make sure whatever exercises when you're doing that you're on a non-slippery surface. All the equipment you use is non-slippery. Make sure the exercises that you do is adequate for the dog that's in front of you at that day. Don't do things too hard. And there's so many things, but and make sure that you watch for signs of fatigue if your dog's getting tired, and good form. Good form is always important. You need to make sure your dog has good form. So if you need help with your assessments, I do have an assessment class. But anyway, I figure the core challenge would be fun for all of us to do, to see in a couple weeks if you can see some changes, even a minor change. And it's cold and snowy here in Illinois right now, so it's a good time for me to do these things. So join me.